Greetings and welcome back to Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, my Kingdom of Altar playthrough. So our empire is a little compact compared to what I would like. I'd like to expand a little further, but there are other empires that have kind of surrounded and blocked me. Gildar, I believe, jumped up here and put a outpost in between where I'd like to have a city. And of course, Kraxus tried to steal one of my wargs locations there by snuggling up against me there. We are currently allied with Capitar, who is way over here. They're the purple area. Tarth, we have just met recently, is up there. Gildar is up here, and Paradin is in this area here. Now those are the ones I'd like to ally with because they're the other kingdoms. But they're currently at war. All except for Capitar is currently already at war with someone. So we cannot form an alliance with them until they get to peace. Now we were currently in the middle of redoing all of our garrisons and designing armies for each of our cities. And there is another unit that I need to design really quick. Let's go to design units. I need to create a new henchman that uses hammers. Give them the best equipment they can get. Trait-wise, we want to give them Life Adept. We want to give them Shield Wall and Bard. This is going to be an Altarian Priest. That way we have an armor-using unit that has a heal and can go with some of our armies. Now, as for this army, we are keeping the Bard and the Kingsguard, but let's give them names. Let's see what the random names are like. Inium will be our Bard, and our Kingsguard, Adubrasper. Adubrasper, okay? We'll just call him a 2. So we have these units that we are keeping with Lord Relias. Lord Relias has a full army currently with 4 Blades of Athica, himself, the Bard, and Adubrasper. Now let's actually look at the Bard. I want to select the Bard. I want to select the Bard. Alright, click off of the square. I want to select the Bard. Thank you. Alright, so he has just air and life, which is fine. He's also a healer, and he's been going the mage route. So he has a lot of spells to go with him. And Adubrasper is a defender. And he has quite a bit of experience along defender. Now my liege is currently level 13. He's real close to level 14. If we go to govern and compare, level 18, level 19, level 18, 16, 16, 21, 17, 17. We need to level up a little bit. I'd like to get my leader up to 20. So my leader will be the one that I will be questing with until he gets to about 20. Now when we do get 2 more army slots, I will probably add archers to this group because we have enough heavy hitting melee here. He has a little bit of magic and we need some more range. So a couple of archers with Inium being the leader of them, even though he uses a quarterstaff. I may go back to him using the bow. I'm not sure yet. But we do have some stuff to sell. That we got from clearing out those spiders. And I believe these other units also have stuff to sell. Now we are currently producing archers for Sierra's Pass. So Sierra's Pass is finishing its army up, which reminds me these air elementals belong down here in Lene. And let's split up these units and send the sentinels over here and send the town watch over here. Sigurtok is building its maulers to go along with Prelius. Now Prelius is a defender, so that mauler sergeant needs to be a commander. Other than that, we have Kieran's Hold was building its defenders. It has a lance commander who is already a commander, and it is basically just going to be a whole bunch of lancers. So we will need 2 more lancers. So let's go ahead and train up another one. So we have a grand total of 7. Actually, no. We need a priest to travel with them, I think. So we will train up this new priest to fill out that army. Athica completed its timber mill. It's now working on a consulate. Mithrandra completed its timber mill. It's working on wealth. And Farcross also completed a timber mill. It's working on wealth. Alright, so Lord Relias is going to keep questing until I get him closer to 20. So we are going to have him shop for a quest map. It added a modest inn. It's a strong quest. Disreputable looking tavern with clientele to match. Those that seek adventure and are not afraid of the trouble that often come with it should not hesitate to enter. The front door has been broken in and tables in the inn common room have been overturned. All the food has been cleared out of the pantry and kitchen. There's a cellar door in the middle of the pantry that has been destroyed. You can hear the squeaks of rats from the darkness below. You slowly go down the cellar stairs. At the foot of the stairs, you see the body of a man. The rats are feasting on him, and they glare up at you with dark, angry eyes. As you get closer, they rip off as much flesh as they can manage and disappear into the cellar's shadowed corners. You check the body. He has been dead for a few days. His blood has spilled out onto the floor from multiple spear and axe wounds and has dried to the floor like a thin brown scab. The fight looks to have continued through the cellar. There's a short splintered spear, axe marks in the support beams, and shattered barrels that were used as last-ditch weapons. But there are no more bodies. Outside the inn, you find the tracks of wildings, their sand brute mounts, and the shuffling feet of men, women, and children being led away from the inn. The wildings took the inn's residents captive. Well, we need to, looks like we get the inn to ourselves tonight. No, we need to follow the wildings and rescue the captives. Track the wildings to their camp. Within this cave dwells a wildling shaman, a witch doctor of the wilding people, powerful and easily angered. It's only medium. I'm tempted to bring Yanisk with me, but no. We'll just send Lord Relias. In the center of the camp is an odd pyramid of cages. Each holds a man, woman, or child in various states of starvation. Those near the base of the pyramid lay at the bottom of their cages with barely enough strength to look up as you approach. Those near the top look to have been those captured in the recent inn attack. The sand brute paws at the earth and warriors draw up in formation. They stand at strict attention but don't move aggressively towards you. The only wildling that didn't react as you approach still sits at his fire. He wears feathers in his hair and a necklace of teeth. Have you come to buy? The wilding shaman asks. Well, I can pay 100 Gildar and free his captives. I've come to end you and free these people. That's what I've come to do. Starting off with a sneaky attack on me, huh? Now, Lord Relias ain't going to stand for that. That's just a regular wildling rider. What do we have? Coming up next is the shaman. Then Inium, all of my Blades of Athica, 2 warriors, and finally Adubrasper. So the regular wildlings won't go until close to quite a while. Let's go ahead and work on this rider. I think I can just about one-shot him. I can. Okay, he summoned another wildling that appeared behind us. He's only got 20 hit points. I think we'll be able to take him out and not have to worry about that guy. I can almost take out a wildling warrior if I get lucky. And I'm a pretty good combatant, so let's just move up here with Inium. Almost killed him. Let's move these Blades of Athica up and take out this one. And just start working our way through these guys, making a hole. Yeah, if this one takes out this guy who's got 1 hit point left, the other Blade of Athica should be able to get to the shaman, which will get rid of his summoned unit. And I realize I did not reorganize all of my other people's skills. I need to start doing that. We always want Rush to be the first. Now we have Shield Bash is already at 2. Hold the Line we have in the last slot. We actually want Invincible in the last slot. Hold the Line we will put in slot 3. Item-wise, we have a Healing Nectar. We actually put that in slot 6. Spell-wise, we have this Dragon Slayer spell that is absolutely fucking useless. Can I right-click to remove it? No, not until I get... I know what I can do. I can put this in slot 5. And then back in slot 6. Because that spell is absolutely useless. Let's see, next is Lord Relias, and then the 2 wildlings. So I think I'm going to go ahead and rush with him. To get some damage on one of the wildling groups. And then Lord Relias can come over here and deal with this one. And that worked out. Inium and Lord Relias gained a level. And all of my Blades of Athica gained a level. That worked out pretty good. So Lord Relias, I am going to keep going up with Gildar per season until I get to Wealth and just get that huge bonus of Gildar, because I do have a lot of investment I need to do to repair my injured heroes. Actually, I may not waste a level. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would get me up to 20, getting all the way to preparations. Inium, my mage. See, right now he has Aid, which is 8 plus 2 per life shard. This would be double that. He has access to Haste. This would give him access to Guardian Wind. And eventually Storm. This one would also give growth. Now what I have already is I've already gotten up to where I have affinity. I have air spells, so let's go for knowledge and then aeromancy so that I have more air spells. You have freed the You have freed the captives. In gratitude, they join your army as a new pioneer unit. So I got a free pioneer out of that. I also gained 12 more XP with Lord Relias and a little bit of fame. And I think I also gained that 12 XP with my other units. I need to test that with my henchman. Yeah, he is 152 and he is 30. I'll have to remember before I complete a quest next time to look at their actual experience total. Alright, so we're going to pull back. Well, we're out of movement. This pioneer, where do we want another pioneer? Over this way. We'll move them toward Laren's Tree. And we'll go ahead and pull back Yanisk to Avalan and Mariam to Lene. This Meyer Scath is joining here at Ziggertok. So we have a Meyer Scath, Prelius. He's going to have a Mauler Sergeant with him who's going to be a commander. And 2 Maulers. He's going to end up getting 2 more, another Mauler and a Priest, I believe. But I think we are short. Yeah, we're short on wargs. I can go ahead and key up the Priest. As a matter of fact, let's do the Priest before we finish the Mauler Sergeant. Would like to offer you tribute. No, I'm not interested in tribute. Kieran's Hold completed a timber mill. It's now working on a Lancer. Its final Lancer. Laren's Tree completed a timber mill. It's now producing growth. And Sierra's Pass has completed an Archer. So it has its full allotment of army. So I need to start working on the next army. Let's see, Stadenhart has Edmund. He is a warrior. He currently has Town Watch and some Sentinels. Let's see, Edmund is going to need a commander with him. Let's train up. We'll send him with a bowman. And a couple of archers. That gives him 3 units for his army. He counts as a 4th, so I can have 3 more units. And I believe we will train Blades of Attica. 3 of them. Or maybe we only do 2 Blades of Attica. And a priest. Yes. 2 Blades of Attica and an Altarian priest. Now our unit wages are 52, so I'm not going to be able to buy another scroll right now. I think I'm just going to duck into Attica. Would you be interested in trading knowledge with you, Lord Relias? Would you consider trading 23 of your knowledge in warfare for 23 in warfare? Now, the way the knowledge system works is every time you research, you also generate knowledge. Now, the knowledge doesn't really do much for you, per se, but you can trade that knowledge to others, and when you trade knowledge, when you get knowledge from someone else, you get a reduction in the cost of your next skill. So I think this sounds like a good trade. It'll give me a little bit of bonus toward my next one. So we have an Altarian priest completed in Ziggertok. Now I'm actually going to make this priest a warrior because he is a battle priest. And I think I will start with giving him first aid, but let's just check. Yeah, I've got to be level 4 to get the chainmail proficiency. And where is the mace? Up there, bruiser. Crushing blow does even more attack. And he can do a decimate attack at that point. Now to do that, he's got to first pick brute and endurance. But we are going to start by giving him healer and then first aid. Now, it is now working on that Mauler Sergeant who will be out next season. But let's shop with this priest. It'd be 150 Gildar to get me a warg. So I'm going to have to wait another season. I don't want to dwindle my income too low. Wait another season and upgrade him to have a warg. Because I do want everybody here mounted. See, his move is 5, his is 5, his is currently 3. And this will add only 1 move to it, not 2. Okay. So the army will be a little slower with the Warg Riders, but so be it. Aplerunen completed its armor. It's now working on a fort. And now that it has its armor, it can start designing units as well. Though if I have too many places building units at the same time, it's going to create shortages of materials for me. But we can go ahead and plan out Mausolus. Mausolus currently has an Altarian scout. Now this scout is an assassin. I think we're actually going to relocate this scout down to Mithrandra. And if we go back to Aplerunen, so we have a bard, and he has quite a bit of wounds on him, I think. Yeah. Let's have a look at the bard. He's got "'Tis but a scratch," a twisted knee, and afraid of dying. That's not too bad. If I get lucky and don't get rid of "'Tis but a scratch," I can get rid of those two with just a few. He currently has a bow. So I think he's going to become the new bowman, leader of the archers type deal. Yeah, he looks fairly decent. He's got a lot of skills. He is a commander. I can give him chainmail proficiency eventually, but I'm working up to boost our army's initiative first. So let's give him a name. Dexo. And we also have a mage. Now let's see this mage. This mage has... Okay, this is not the one with the messed up skills. And he already has Abjuration, Geomancy. No, he has Geomancy and a lot of, all the way up to Affinity. Let's see, he is Earth, Fire, and Water. So let's give this person a name. Imitluk. Imitluk? So we have Mausolus, a mage, and a commander. And he currently has 2 Altarian guards. We're going to replace them. But we do need a total of 2 more units. So I think we are going to train 2 archers to go with the bowman. And replace these 2 Altarian guards with Blades of Athica. And we'll go ahead and move these Altarian guards out and send them to that army. Now we want that to take place before we get this other crystal trove, but we will finish the fort first. Tylen completed a crystal trove. It's working on research. And Lene completed a crystal trove. It's working on research. Alright, our Bowman in Cirrus Pass is completed. This is a Bowman that is going down to assist Edmund. Edmund was a warrior, I believe, not a defender. So we're going to make this Bowman a commander, I believe. The other option is to make this Bowman an assassin, which would be really nice, but, I think the other thing I'm building for them is a priest. So let's actually make this Bowman an assassin. And we'll start with boosting his dodge so we can get up to where he has a bonus to his initiative. And then eventually charge. Oh, I can get double ambush. I want to boost his dodge. He's kind of low level right now. He needs survivability. Now we will give him ambush for extra bonus on the first turn. Alright, the Mauler Sergeant is going to be a commander. And with the Mauler Sergeant, I want to boost the army's initiative fairly quickly. And I also need to get him chainmail, I think. But giving him some extra initiative. Let's give him ambush to start with, I think. Well, I don't know. That's something I can wait on. I think the first thing I want to do is start boosting my army. Yeah. Alright, so the Mauler Sergeant is completed in Ziggertok. We have 2 more Maulers coming. We need a third. And do I have... Yes, I do. I have the wargs to do it. So this army will now be complete when that last one is built. Now this Bowman was built in Cirrus Pass. We are building 2 Blades of Athka, 2 archers, and a priest. I'm going to make the priest the commander. So this Bowman was an assassin. And he's going to Stadenhart. Edmund doesn't currently have complete armor. He does have a great axe, though. If he had the ability to move stealthily, to ignore terrain modifiers, I would consider making him just an army of Red Watch, but he doesn't. He does need to complete his armor. Let's go ahead and move out this army here. What do we have over here? We have 2 Sentinels and 2 Town Watch. Let's move the Town Watch out. To that one. Move these Town Watch up with them. And move the Sentinels out to here. Now I have enough mana that I can try another Birth of Summer. And let's cast it here, I think. Should I actually... I think I should actually include it. Now that might have been too close to another city. Maybe I should try one more over this way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here is as close as I think I can get. I think we're going to have to settle for one of these locations. And I think the location I'm on is the better choice. So that would put me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings from there. And I'll start next to a forest. So we'll go ahead and settle this pioneer. And now we can pull all of this army in. Just to have some defenders until we start building them up. Agacober. So the first thing we want is a logging camp. And we'll actually put the logging camp right here. After we get that logging camp, the workshop would be useful. We could put a workshop right here. And then we'll just start building this way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more buildings. And we have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So we'll be able to put some other buildings down this way as well. But yeah, I think right after we get the workshop, I think we're going to put the bell tower there. And then probably the monument. And that would be like the garden and the study up this way. We can actually build the merchant down here. We'll get another building that we can use to include that. Like the granary or the well. Alright, our scout is on the way to Mithrandra. Let's go ahead and rename him. Lunalicia. Now we have an extra 150 now. So before I go questing again, I want to go to the Altarian Priest and buy and equip a warg with him. So that he can at least keep up with all the other warg riders. We should have Arcane Apparel completed by next spring. Agacober has completed its logging camp. It's now working on the workshop. Let's go ahead and after we complete the workshop, upgrade that to a lumber yard. And I think we'll put the merchant down here along the road. On the other side of the logging camp. Kieran's Lancer was built in Kieran's Hold. We're now just working on the Altarian Priest. And the Altarian Priest is going to need a mount. And horses cost 120. So we're going to need to hold off on questing until he is built and gets his mount. I feel like I'm missing a pioneer. Oh, I put him on guard. That's right. My pioneer's over here, isn't there? Yep, in with that Sentinel's army. Oh, for some reason I started building a second Mauler Sergeant, not another Ziggertalk Mauler. There we go. So we should be getting 3 Ziggertalk Mauler to go with this group. Glad I caught that. I think we'll have Wilbur go ahead and sell this short sword. I should have sufficient. I can go back to questing. So let's have Lord Relias buy another quest map. We have another humble inn Place to eat and drink, perhaps rest your bones for the night. Of course, there's no telling what sort of folk you may happen upon here. So we will take Lord Relias and his army. This is only a medium quest. Alchemist offer. My lord, the alchemist begins, talking to a farmer at a nearby table. It's me, Gerald, you stupid citten, the farmer says. The troll baiter is over there. The farmer points in your direction. My lord, the alchemist begins, heading over to you. I have an experiment, and I need sand from a sand golem. If you would be good enough to procure some for me, I can give you one of my pets, an ophidian. I'll do it. Collect the sand from the sand golem. It's weak. Here lies the remnants of a vast temple complex, thousands of years old, sanctuaries and houses of worship, once devoted to the five, the elemental lords of Anthwain, whose treasures may yet remain within. So we'll head up the road and clear out this sand golem lair. There is little of value in the ruins, but one of the temple's guardians still watches over his post. I need sand. Sorry. Just have everybody charge up here. See, your skills are all set. This Blades of Athka's skills are set. This one is not. Was it Shield Bash and then Halt, or... I know Throwing Knife is number 4. I'll have to check on my next one. Actually, no, let's do it Halt and then Shield Bash. Yeah, Shield Bash will be number 3. When I get back to this Blade of Athka, I'll know if I had started a different order. He's got Shield Bash as number 2, but then again, he doesn't have Halt. And it put the damn Vatula's Dragon Slayer back on his damn bar. Yeah, Lord Relias is pretty much set. Running from me? Yeah, it was Shield Bash and then Halt. Well, that'll be easy enough to fix. Lord Relias will finish him off, so I'll just have these guys just kind of move around, but not really engage. So I can reorder their hotbars. Actually, this is the last one. I could have him do it. Oh, that was a fairly quick and easy fight. And now we return to the alchemist. What have you brought me? The alchemist cries. A handful of dirt plucked from the innkeeper's garden? Do you think me a fool? This is from the sand golem, you say through clenched teeth. Everyone in the inn grows quiet. Even the alchemist understands that he is a few foolish words away from dying. Of course, my lord, forgive me, he stammers. Please accept this ophidian as a pet. It will serve you well. So we have picked up an ophidian. They're immune to magic, immune to counterattacks, have a dodge, they're tough, and they get +2 dodge for each point of stamina. So they get even better at dodging. It's got a move of 4. We will send it up to Haladime with Tuatha. And we'll go back to Attica. Next season, apparently. Altarian Priest in Kieran's Hold. Now this priest is going with the Lancers. They already have a commander. I could make the priest a defender to kind of boost their ranks. Or a warrior. So he can do a little bit more damage. So he's going to have to either be a defender, a commander, or a warrior. Being a defender, he will get chainmail without having to spend anything. So we will make him a defender to bolster the army. And we are going to start with healer. Now he needs a mount. Let's give him the black horse. Now this army is complete. So we have Kieran's Hold complete. We can start working on Mithrandra. Now here in Mithrandra, we currently have a scout. I'd sent another scout down here that was also an assassin. So we have 2 assassins with this group. Interesting. This guy also has injuries, doesn't he? Oh, he has a bunch. Now this is one of my scouts that had kind of a glitch, having the equipment. I think it is actually stuff, yeah, that's a part of him that can't be taken away. But I'm going to keep him anyway. He has a shadowed broadsword. The other scout had a sharp broadsword. So Luna Alicia, and we will keep the other one as well. Obliliki. So that's 2 units for this army. It can have 6 more. We're going to give them 5 berserkers, or Red Watch berserkers. A Red Watch berserker and 5 Red Watch is what we're going to train here. Because I gave the Red Watch berserker scout, and I believe I gave the Red Watch scout as well. So they can travel through the terrain with no penalty in forest, swamp, and hills. So we do need a Red Watch berserker to have the healing ability. He will be a commander, I think. Even though warrior would be really awesome for him. I do need a commander for this army, I think. Let's see, what armor does the Red Watch have? They only have chainmail. So commander would be perfect for him. Yeah. So we're going to train, here in Kieran's Hold, we're going to train a Red Watch berserker. And 5 Red Watch for Mithrandra. Oh, out of metal. So we aren't going to be able to get these guys trained up yet until we get more metal income. 17 metal per turn. 3 seasons would give me 81, just a little bit shy of another Red Watch. But we can move out these Town Watch and Sentinels. And let's just have them, I guess, park here. Actually, we don't have anybody up here, do we? Yeah, we'll move them up there. Yeah, because the previous guards we had there are the ones that moved out to protect Agacor's location. Aplerunin completed its fort. It's now working on the army for Mausolus. Agacober completed its workshop. It's now working on a lumber mill. or lumber yard. We can also queue up the bell tower here and upgrade that to a mason, which we will actually do before we build the merchant, I think. And I think we'll actually do the bell tower before we do the merchant. So we'll finish the lumber yard. That'll give us more production per material. Actually, we'll do the mason first, because that 10% extra improvement production will pay off in the long run on all of this stuff. Sierra's Pass built an archer. We'll send it down to Stadenhart. And next season, we should have our research. Arcane Apparel. Craft enchanted clothes by researching in this technology. Remember the great benefit of magical equipment. Even those who lack inherent arcane abilities can utilize its power. This knowledge comes from the first quarto of the Varus Reliquaria, the notebooks kept by Senander Chris, keeper of the Forge of the Overlord. Magic apparel can provide significant boosts to our unit without weighing them down. So that gives us upgraded cloaks to give to our units. And the next thing we want to research craftsmanship will give us a world achievement that gives us more metal. We can only have one of the ironworks. And it will give us an upgrade of the mason for more production so we can build things faster. It's fairly quick too. Longbows and crossbows. That'll strike through 3 units in a line, the power shot will. Slower initiative, weaker attack with the crossbow over the longbow. You would think the crossbow would be stronger because it's not an arm pulling it back, it's a damn crank, but oh well. Yeah, I think we're going to go for craftsmanship. A Ziggertok Mauler is completed in Ziggertok. 2 more to go and this army is complete. Ithril has conquered the tar city of Itathica. And since it is a new spring, I should probably check and see if Paradin and them are still at war. They're at war. Gildan is at war. And of course Tarth is still at war with Ithril. Now that I've completed getting the final trinkets and such and magical clothing, I can redesign my mages and the Order of Tylan. It's basically just these 3 and the leaders for them. The Order of the Tower. Actually, the Order of the Tower being a henchman, I don't think I need to redesign them because they don't really start with gadgets. The Linnean Mage, the Tylan Mage, and the Order of the Tower may not need redesign. We'll see. So I redesigned the Linnean Mage to use the Dragonhide Cloak and the Aegis Robe. Gives him a decent level of defense. I took away the Soldier's Boots and Gloves. The Order of Linne, they use the upgraded charms. The Amulet of Flames, Amulet of Haste, Amulet of Warding, but are otherwise similarly outfitted. Same for the Tylan Mage and the Order of Tylan. They just use the upgraded charms and stuff. The head of the Order and the Order of the Tower are the ones that got the changes. They got the Cloak of Shadows and the Boots of the Spider. So they can't be knocked prone, and they have a 46 dodge. They have very low defense, but they have a decent dodge, which is what I was really shooting for, because these are relatively light units, basically. Your Rodias, your capital is only 270 leagues from the most foul monster we've discovered. You've told me this before. So this is the second time you've warned me about him. Jacober has completed its mason. It is now working on the lumber yard. After it gets the lumber yard, it'll start on the bell tower, and we can start pushing up toward there. Now, I do have enough funds. Let's go to... not all the way down there. Let's go to Thailand. How much does one of these potions cost me, Iru elixirs? They cost me 400. I don't have enough to get rid of another point of healing, but I do have enough to do a little bit more questing. And we shall have Lord Relias quest again. We got an ancient ruin that's deadly. Ruin from another time, from the age before this one, when Paradin himself walked elemental. This castle's toppled walls hold the promise of great adventure. So we'll take the entire army. A campfire was built in the center of the old tower. It is cold now, but no older than a few days or weeks. Whoever used it is gone now, and the tower appears abandoned, except for an old man in a basement cell. After prodding him awake, the old man squints at you through bleary eyes. Are you the dark sorcerer? Though his voice is broken and weak. Once he realizes that you aren't, and you offer some water to soothe his throat, he begs for you to release him. His name is Kanan, and he was once a student of the dark sorcerer. Kanan traded his loyalty for the power of magic, but when he could no longer stand the dark sorcerer's cruel and unusual demands, he attacked him. The dark sorcerer easily defeated Kanan and imprisoned him here. Will you free Kanan from the cell? Yes. Thank you for letting me out, Kanan said, but it is only the first of many services you will perform for me. As you watch, the old man transforms to his true form, that of a demon nearly 12 feet tall. No. Everybody's afraid except for one. Okay, this is going to be interesting. He only has 77 hit points, and looks like only 28 armor, or 28 defense. We're going to have to take out these assassin demons. Actually, we may focus on him at this point. Now, let's keep working on the assassin demon. It does have a counterattack. He does not. No, let's start working on him, I think. Alright, he's no longer afraid. I'm going to move up here. And shield bash this guy. Alright, everybody's unafraid again. Oh, they took out my damn bard. And he healed up to full. Let's see, everybody gets to go before Kanan goes again. So let's move over here and start working on... I can't get to Kanan, so we will just step up and hit this guy. These Blades of Athika can't get over there either, so... we'll take out him. Dodged. I can't get to him, so let's just command this guy to go right now. Now we did, or are going to suffer an injury with our... Yeah, he's got a cracked skull, less experience points. That's something we're eventually going to have to cure. Everybody got a decent amount of experience, except for, of course, Inium, because he got knocked out. Lord Elias earned no experience. Well, that was disappointing that I didn't get any more experience there at the end. Now we need to save up to heal him. So let's just pop back in Athica to rest up. That was not good how quickly he got dropped by that assassin demon. Maybe I should have focused on the assassin demon more. So I'm going to need about 450, I think, or 460. Yeah, actually probably about 470. My wages are going up as I build more units. We got another archer in Sierra's Pass for the Stadenheart defense. And Aplerunen has an archer to go along with my bowman here. Oh, how much would it cost to outfit this guy with like the Cloak of Shadows and stuff? 225? Our non-aggression pact with Tarth and Paradin have both expired. Let's renew those. Athica completed a crystal trove. It's now working on another crystal trove. Agacober completed its lumber yard. It's now working on the bell tower. And it can upgrade that to a timber mill. We'll wait until I complete the bell tower to start working on the timber mill, so I can queue up another building. Zigertok trained another mauler. It's about to work on its final mauler here. He does need more equipment. That's another thing that's going to take me some money. Let's actually go to Athica. And Inium has healed up. Let's send him over here, so he will be ready to buy a healing elixir. We are all scrambling to recover the knowledge lost during the ancient cataclysm. Let's speed up the process up. I will give you 81 in magic in exchange for 81 of your knowledge in warfare. Okay. Training completed for Blades of Athica and Sierra's Pass. That's also headed down to Stadenheart. Paradin has conquered the Craxus city of Osalana. Reslin has conquered the Craxus city of Irav. So Craxus is getting assaulted by multiple people. One more turn, and I should be able to buy that with him. Craftsmanship. While others slave to create a single spear or hammer, we can research what is needed to create dozens or more. With this knowledge, we can harness the true secret of winning wars, the ability to arm soldiers, to forge armies, and to craft an empire that is stronger than any that oppose us. If we build an ironworks before any other nation, it would be great boon to our metal income. And we can build a mill upgrade to each of the masons. Logistics will increase the size of our units to squads. Guilds gives us a mill upgrade, which is what we just got. So that would be the final upgrade, but you can only do one. And we get an overall bonus of production per material. Higher education has another world achievement with it. And a library, one library can upgrade to the Great Archive, and one college can upgrade to a university. Let's go ahead and get higher education for the quicker research and the other world achievement. Kieran's Hold completed its Crystal Trove. It is now working on the Red Watch Berserkers and the Red Watch for Mithrandra. Let's see, we have 2 scouts. We're going to get a Red Watch and 5 Berserkers, but we were short of metal. Let's see, what can we build here? We can build the ironworks here. It will take 9 seasons. It will double the metal output of this foundry. And of course, we can also upgrade to a mill. So let's build the mill and build the ironworks and then start on the defenders for here. Now we needed 4 more Red Watch, I think it was. And Red Watch take 84. I can only queue up 1 more before I'm out. But we are going to end up needing 2 more after that. Or 3 more after that. Aplerunen completed its Archer. It has 2 Blades of Athica. But before we do that, I know we can upgrade to a mill. And Adjacober completed its Bell Tower. It can also upgrade to a mill. And we can also upgrade to a timber mill. Right now we do have some unrest. I mean a town hall. We do have some unrest. I also do need to queue up the next building after this. I believe that'll be the garden. Oh no, we will do the monument here. And then a garden. And then we'll have the study and something else up that way. But let's go ahead and knock out the monument first. The monument first. And then we'll go into the mill and the timber mill. We also need to go ahead. Actually, we'll probably do the town hall before we do the mill and the timber mill. And actually, we can go ahead and knock out the merchant as well. It only takes 1 season, and it'll be a little bit more Gildar we're accumulating. Now I need to go through all of my cities and upgrade to a mill. This is going to cut into my Gildar a little bit and my research when it knocks out any place that was producing wealth or producing research. But in the end, the booster production is going to help out in the long run. Inium is going to buy him an Iru elixir and clear his injury. And then rejoin for more questing. Zingertalk completed its final mauler. It is now fully set up. Although I do need money to equip Prelius. Adjacobor completed its monument. It's now working on a merchant. And it can also queue up the Crystal Foundry. Or Crystal Quarry. Now we'll actually wait until we get the mill and the timber mill done before we go into the Crystal Quarry, because it's not that critical. We're not suffering so much a loss of crystals yet. When we redo Tylan and Linnea's garrisons, we will be. Tarth has conquered the ethereal city of Gerirdi. And Adjacobor has completed its merchant. It's now working on a town hall. And we can go ahead and queue up the garden back here. Now I should have enough money to do another quest. This cave was sealed long ago, but the wooden timbers protecting the entrance are now beginning to rot away. This sounds very similar to the one we got that let all the spiders loose. There's a dark cave. Do you want to investigate it? Yes, head inside. Darklings. This is going to be relatively easy. We'll just go up here and pass. He needs experience. I don't want him to get swarmed, so I think I'm just going to have him pass. And let the Blades of Athka come up here and sweep things up. Relatively easy fight. Just one Darkling warrior left. I didn't counterattack because he has a spear. Let's just go ahead and rush. And end this fight. A little bit of experience for them. They're earning actually a little bit more than Lord Relias, which is fine. There's a fissure in the back of the cave leading deeper into the earth. Do you want to explore it? Yes. A gray giant lays at the bottom of the fissure, as if he had fallen out of the sky and the cave is nothing but the ruins of his fall. When you get close, the giant wakes and pulls himself out of the earth. "The gateway cannot stand," the creature intones. You have little time to consider its meaning before it attacks. Now, I don't know if there's a way to view my character. Yes. I wonder if I can get a look at my experience level toward the end of the fight. I don't see experience on here, just level. But we are up against a stone golem. It's going pretty late in the order. I'll pull up behind Lord Relias and have my Blades of Athka come up to deal with him. I think he's about to die. Here's a way to check my experience level. Let's see. Inium. Can I not see his actual experience level? No, I guess not. The golem's body shatters. 2 obsidian tablets are contained within it, and they spill out onto the floor. They contain the secrets to the Shadow World spell. Oh, gain no experience for this anyway. Unlocked Shadow World. Opens up a rift to the Shadow Plane, spawning creatures of Shadow for the duration of the spell's upkeep. The Shadow creatures will attack anything in their way. If the upkeep is broken, the rift closes. Yeah, we'll pull back in here. Somebody else warning me about Vitrar. This is Capitar. Thailand completed its mill. It's back to producing research. Mithrandra completed its mill, back to producing wealth. Stadenhart completed its mill. It's back to producing growth. Laren's tree is back to producing growth after completing its mill. Cirrus Pass is back to completing the Blades of Athica after completing its mill. Haladime's mill is done, so it's producing wealth, and Linnea's mill is done, so it's producing research. Ithril conquered the tar city of Leilaloon. Alright, let's go ahead and get yet another. Oh, we got some stuff to sell too. A demon horn. Let's get yet another quest scroll. Another modest inn. We'll see what this one holds. Run wild. The inn echoes with songs, laughter, and drunken arguments. The only quiet corner is occupied by an unkempt, gray-bearded hunter who is sipping on his beer alone. After your meal, you wander over to ask his story. My beautiful Varkana is gone, he says. He hunted at my side since he was a pup, and he knew the forest as well as I. 3 nights ago I heard the howling of wolves when I noticed Varkana had left our camp. The howls grew closer until I heard Varkana's yelp, and the forest went quiet. I have searched all night, but I never found any sign of Varkana or the wolves. The hunter takes another drink from his beer. If you avenge my dog and bring me back his collar, I will give you my bow. It has been in my family for generations and would serve you well. We will defeat the wolves and avenge Varkana. Here is a rift in the side of the mountain, a cavern seemingly slashed from the rock by energies too monstrous to contemplate. Wolf tracks lead you to the cave. You can hear the howls of creatures around you. Tonight the wolves become the prey. This is another one that'll be relatively easy. Great Wolf is the only real threat, and he just about died in one hit there. Alright, all the Blades of Athica will go before the rest of the wolves. So we can move them up to start thinning out these guys. All the Blades of Athica gained a level. Alright, he is on the verge of a level. I think he needed 45 experience, so he's down to needing 13 to level. After killing the wolves, you hear more howls and the bark of a dog. Is Varkana still alive? Find the source of the howls. So yeah, let's have a look at him. Okay, he is 15 experience from leveling. And Inium is over 100. Athica completed its mill. It's working on a crystal trove. Avalan went back to producing wealth after completing its mill. So did Dinara. Kieran's Hold is working on the ironworks now that its mill is done. Aplorinin completed a crystal trove. It is now working on a Blade of Athica. And Adjacober completed its town hall and is now working on a mill. Cirrus Pass completed a Blade of Athica. 1 more unit for Stadenhart, and Stadenhart will be completed. Varkana? Here, amid the fetid decay of a grove of cypress trees, lie bones and broken stones, signposts to buried treasure, an explorer's graveyard, or perhaps both. You have found the source of the howls, and the wolves set upon you. Varkana is with them. He has joined the pack. Well, I hate to kill him, but he did say, bring me back the collar. Two ebon wolves. I can just about take out a wolf by myself, so let's work on this group. Just left one. I really don't want to have to kill Varkana, but I think that's the only option I've got at this point. Alright. Atu Brasper gained a level. He's immune to Swarm. He can become immune to criticals, and then eventually immune to being counterattacked. Though actually, I think before I do that, I want to pick up Guard, so that he can protect the Bard if he needs to. Though he is kind of slow compared to the Bard. Return to tell the Hunter of Varkana's fate. Let's check our experience real quick. 152 out of 252. Oh, I'll have to wait a season anyway. Farcross completed a mill and went back to producing wealth. Ziggertalk completed a mill and went back to producing growth. Alright, let's double check that again. 152. You return to tell the Hunter of Varkana's fate. Do you tell him... I'll tell him the truth. Varkana joined the wolves and I had to kill him. The Hunter considers your story for a long time before commenting. Died as a wolf. I knew it was in his blood. I can understand the lure of the wild. The Hunter doesn't speak again, but you share a quiet drink with him, and he gives you his bow and thanks for your help. So 12 experience, it says that Lord Relias got. Arrows fired from this bow will curve and arc in the air to find their target, plus 5 accuracy, 14 attack. I don't believe I have an archer on me. Yeah, he's a staff user. I do want him to stay a staff user. But yeah, now let's look at his experience. He did not get the quest experience. The only one who got the quest experience was Lord Relias. So it looks like it's the combat that is going to be leveling up my henchmen and not the quests. And I need a lot more experience. I can go ahead and shop, offload all of these pelts, and buy another quest map. And we have a camp. This is a place of transients, of wanderers who have nowhere else in the world to go, no plot of ground to call their own, wanderers with tales of exotic lands and great treasures. I want the entire army, thank you. There we go. Upon entering the camp, you are accosted by a haggard individual wrapped in bandages. My lord, our caravan is under attack. I rode out for help, but no one here will fight off the trolls, and they won't let me ride any further. I have a feeling he's a leper, but I'll deal with him. Rescue the caravan. You arrive to find the wagon surrounded and the surviving travelers holding the trolls at bay with sticks. Trolls. Alright, all of my units go before the troll shaman does. He's in the back. He's the one I have to worry about. I can't get to him even if I rush, so let's just move up and pass. And why is Lord Relias start all the way on the back? He should be the leader. I need to reorganize this army so he starts in the front. I don't want him to pull up. What I want him to do... I will have him haste. Adrubaspar. Alright, so we have 2 troll warriors and a regular troll. I can't kill any of them, but I can get up here and do some damage. And have my Blades of Athica come up to help. Oh, you're just about dead. It might be a bit of a waste smacking him when he's only got 4 hit points. A counterattack's going to take him out. Let's work on a fresh one. I think that worked out rather well. Okay, he bashed him, so no counterattack. I'll step up and go for the shaman. He can't quite make it to him, but I can get closer. And do I have enough for first aid? No. But I can heal him. Let's get rid of the shaman. That worked out. Inium almost gained a level. 96 experience for those two and 82 for Lord Relias. That was a good fight. I liked that one. The travelers explain their situation. They are traveling performers who have been wintering in a small village. They explain that the surrounding countryside is getting far too dangerous to travel in. Now they're in the middle of nowhere without their horses and would like your help in tracking them down. They'll give you their remaining coin if you can meet the wagons at the nearby inn with them. Aid the performers in retrieving their horses. This roan has the healthy, well-fed look of a nobleman's mount. From the way it moves, it is used to the saddle. Whoever abandoned this horse did so very recently, and quite likely not of their own free will. Now this is going to be a pretty involved quest, I think. I'm going to be running around getting different scattered horses. There's at least 2 visible. Let's scroll down to the quest. Gather the horses. It's just showing the 2, and I can only get it to highlight 1 at a time. So this is going to enable me to start working on someone else as well while he's involved in this quest. Have I built... No, I have not done the units for Giannis yet. But I have completed the units over here in Ziggertalk. So we can have Prelius start trying to quest. It is a strong one, a modest inn. Now hopefully my party is strong. I believe they're going to be. Let's step out of town and check. We're epic. Okay, we should be able to handle this. After a good meal with the innkeeper's family, you retire to your room. A few hours later, you are woke up by the smell of smoke. You open your door and see the main room of the inn in flames. The rest of the inn's residents have already fled, but snake-like creatures are dancing in the flames. I better slip out the window. So we have 4 Ignis. They're fairly weak. Now, Pralius has Call Slag. Summons a level 10 Slag. Or will you quit? Summons a level 10 Slag or the smaller River Slag. It doesn't show a mana cost. And other than that, he has the slow spell. And of course, Vatula's Dragon Slayer. I really hate that one. But I can just about kill these guys. I can take half their life just by myself. We're going to work on that. And have my maulers come around here and start trying to take them out. They should be able to kill one apiece. There's my Mauler Sergeant. Can he make it here? Yes, he can. And I forgot to reorganize their attacks. We'll have to do that if they have another combat. The Priest and the Sergeant gained a level. Pralius did as well. He's a defender. He currently has Inspiration and Slow. I can get Chaos and Freeze. Freeze is a strategic spell that immobilizes them for 3 seasons. Now that's really good if I'm getting invaded to be able to stop armies on the strategic map. I was giving him first aid, I think. But I think we need to push up to get the army dodge. Let's actually pick up the Trip ability. Knocks the target prone unless the unit resists, and then follow up with Dogpile where he gets a bonus to hit prone units. The Altarian Priest, we gave him Healer. We will go ahead and give him first aid. And the Mauler Sergeant is our commander. This is the one we're boosting the accuracy so we can get to boosting the initiative. The innkeeper thanks you for killing the creatures that set his inn on fire. As a reward, he offers you an axe an enchanter gave him a few days before, though he warns that the axe may have summoned the creatures. So the Ignis Axe, two-handed. I think I know who's going to get that, and that'll be the Berserker that I'm building down for Mithrandra. This axe was carved from the sharpened carapace of an Ignis. The material strengthens the Enchantress fire rune and burns brightly. So it does 8 attack and 8 fire attack, which is nice. Yeah, he doesn't have a shield currently. But I am going to eventually get him a shield. As a matter of fact, we are at a place where I could sell. Yeah, they all have shields. And full leather armor. A kite shield would cost 130, so it's going to be a while before he can outfit. But we'll just pull back. As a matter of fact, that's what I should be doing instead of questing with other groups, is starting to make sure that they are outfitted while I'm banking cash. Now we do need to queue up defenders for this, but we will worry about that later. For now, go to Mirthrandra. These guys are going to need, I think, Cloak of Shadows over the Arctic Cloak and stuff. Those are 225. Those are pretty expensive. But we will eventually get them outfitted. In the meantime, Lunalicia is going to run up here to get that axe. But yeah, both of these units, they could use a little bit more outfitting, but it's not that critical. I could find some gear for them. It's mainly some of my newer units that didn't have full armor that are going to need the outfitting. Let's see, I can spend 60. For example, let's look at Edmund. He's got a chain shirt and chain boots. You know, he can't afford any more chain, but he does have a great axe. Wilbur doesn't even have... He can't wear chain, but he doesn't even have full leather yet. Of course, as I upgrade somebody else to chain, I will get leather to hand down to him. Now this is probably who will end up getting the bow. So I will actually have this bowman head down here. To trade. See, we have the bow. I want the guiding longbow. We'll probably end up selling the short bows. Actually, I'll go ahead and take them and sell them. Alright, the Doom Maul needs to go over to somebody over there. So does the Winged Spear, I believe. And the Ice Mace. Now the Sinian Broadsword has an 18 attack. Yeah, I'll just have this bowman run around and transfer some items. And let's actually go ahead and get him a name. Galara. Actually, let's give him a last name. Galara Sira. Since he is from Sarah's Pass. We'll just have him, since he is a commander, the commander of Sarah's Pass. And that does remind me down here at Kieran's Hold, we have a Lance Commander who needs a name. Tukunagan? No, not for him. Metopoly. I'll go with that one. Metopoly Kieran. And let's name his priest. Tukunagan. Yeah, that one. What is with some of these names? They don't fit with Altarians. Rookie Brisno. Sure. Lord Relias, we are gathering the most powerful beings into our empire. Soon Oracle Cerisa, the most powerful of them all, shall be ours. Or dead. An Altaran priest was completed in Sierra's Pass. Now this is for Stadenheart. We have, I believe, a warrior and a commander. No, I made the archer an assassin. This priest is supposed to be a commander. And we will start with healer. So yeah, Wilbur is a defender. No, that's Wilbur, sorry. Edmund is a warrior. The bowman is an assassin, and now the priest is the commander. Which does remind me, I do need to name his bowman. Alora Roker. And the Altarian priest. Etriana Deco. I swear some of these names. So now this is fully outfitted, I believe. Although Edmund could use some armor. It takes like 80 per piece of chain that he is missing. Well, 140 for that. But yeah, I could get him a koi for some van braces. Yeah, let's get the van braces. And the Blades of Athka are completed in Aplarunen. There's one more Blade of Athka to build here. And I don't quite have enough metal for the last, I think it's 88 to train a Red Watch. No, it's 84. Okay, so I can queue up training the final Red Watch. Why is that one look a little different than the others? I don't understand why some of these have blue and some don't. Alright, Galara Sira will head up this way. I'll pop into Avalan real quick and see if there's any trading I need to do here. He's already hanging on to some plate mail. And he has the legendary broadsword. His scout has a silver broadsword. This bard has a flaming longbow. Wait a minute. 20 attack versus 14. Actually, I am going to take that. Thank you very much. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I am going to take that. Now you got to be level 5 to use it. I'm only level 4, but I will eventually get up to where I can use that flaming longbow. And I think I'm going to take the Banner of the Brave. The enchanted backpack. And I had a warg over here I could have transferred to that person who needed a warg. Yeah, because I think, actually, I think this bard is probably one I'm going to end up getting rid of. Alright, from here we'll move on to Stadenheart. So Edmund, I should have grabbed some armor off that bard. Oh well. This guy only has a short bow. He's level 4 as well. Actually, I'm going to trade him this bow. I'll take that regular short bow. I'll equip it for now. I just need one level with him and he can use the flaming one. And the priest has got a decent mace. Let's go to the shop and sell this short bow. 2 of them. Oh, one thing I forgot to check. That ice mace is a 20 attack. His mace is a 16 with a 4 initiative. I think we will... He has to be level 5 for it, but we will give that mace to that priest and he can eventually grow into it. Now let's pull on up into Sierra's Pass proper to finish our transfers. And Luna Alicia is on his way to Ziggertalk. I want that Ignis axe. Actually, I may give the cold one to this priest instead. But I'll have somebody else to be able to run around and do things. He's only got a balanced short sword. I do need to bring him a sword. So yeah, we'll take Lunalicia back down here with that axe. And we'll go retrieving these horses. A beast of burden. Alright, so now it says return to the camp. So that must have been the only horses. On returning the horses, they make a proposal. They'd like to set themselves up in your territory instead of going back home. If you build them a new residence and a stage to perform on, they'll abandon their current setting and move there. So I got 9 experience for that, a little bit of fame. Now, that was the end of the quest. I don't actually have to construct anything. No. Now, did I end up getting the horses? No. Okay, so those horses were just a quest item that went away. They want to offer us tribute again. It's funny, they'll complain about me being in their territory, but they'll offer me tribute. Agakobor has grown to level 2. This is going to be a town. It's about done with its mill, and I now have access to the grocer, the market. Oh, there it is, the Theater of the Wind. Plus 2 growth per season, plus 5 Gildar, only 1 per faction. So we're going to put a well here after we complete that, and then the study way back over there. Theater of the Wind increases the growth in Gildar in the city you constructed in. Well, this is our newest city, and I believe it is going to be able to reach level 5, so I think we'll build it here. Yeah, we could build it right here on the road so that they could catch passers-by with it. Now we are currently working on the mill, and then the timber mill, and then the garden. And after the garden, we can build the well and the study. I think we will put the market and the grocer here, and probably the market right there. We'll actually do the grocer right after we finish the mill, since it is fairly quick. And I guess the garden right after it. But the grocer is 5 food per grain for my entire faction. So that is, and it will actually produce growth at the end here. Oh, I forgot to click it. 5 extra grain, food per grain. This one has, Laren's tree only has like 2 grain or 1 grain. So that's just going to be 5 more food there, which is going to end up not getting it closer, or close enough. So yeah, let's actually back up here. Get that frost axe back, or frost mace back. Swing into Sierra's Pass. Alright, he has a sharp broadsword. That's better than the Sinian one. And Wilbur is the only other person here I can trade with. I'm the only other henchman here. So yeah, we'll move on through Laren's tree to deliver this other item. I've got enough, I can buy another quest map. Another medium humble inn. Within the inn, you find an old stagecoach driver. After some drinks, he tells you that he left his prize horse behind due to the danger and that you can have it if you can find her. A troll is trying to make a meal of the horse. If you want the horse, you're going to need to fight the troll for it. I will be taking that horse. Just a single solitary troll. This is not going to end well for you. Inium gained a level. Now he has life and air adept. So I want aeromancy with him. You've rescued the horse from the troll. It is really more of a pony, and it is an odd color, but it seems to like you. 2 initiative, 3 moves, +2 attack, +2 initiative first turn, and some prone avoidance. Lone pony in the world of elemental. You aren't sure how it got here. Let's trade that. Inium could get some better boots other than the boots of the spider if he was on a horse, because that makes him immune to being knocked prone. But he's kind of slow. I could actually give it to Adu Braspra. Or I could trade it to somebody else and make another mounted group. I'll just hang on to it for now until I decide. And it has been another 5 years. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.